Hi guys, and welcome to Premier Division Week 30, and we start with the lunchtime kickoff, which is Liverpool versus Everton, the massive Merseyside derby. Just before the international break, we had Manchester City versus Liverpool. Wasn't the best game to finish off the weekend going into that international break. I thought Liverpool were quite poor. When they did have chances, they didn't really put them away, so they wasted quite a lot of chances to take the lead. They did take the lead eventually, but obviously didn't hold it because it finished 1-1. Going into this game tomorrow, it's after the international break. It's very hard to get that momentum back when you've not been with your teammates for about a week or two. So everyone's got to get to know each other again. You've got to get into the tempo, the style that Klopp wants you to play and Koeman wants you to play, or whoever your manager is. So it's quite hard when you come back after an international break, and that's a very hard game to come back to after the international break is an actual Merseyside derby. So because of that, I've took that into consideration. Even though it is at Anfield, I am going to go for a tight draw. I'm going to go Liverpool 1, Everton 1. It's one of the games I'm actually looking forward to, so I'm hoping it delivers. We then go to the 3 o'clock kickoffs. We have Chelsea versus Crystal Palace. I've said before, Chelsea are the team to beat. They've already won the Premier League, in my opinion. I think Crystal Palace might make it a little bit difficult for them, but I do see Chelsea winning this one, so I'm going to go Chelsea 2, Crystal Palace 1. We then have Manchester United versus West Bromwich Albion. Again, just before the international break, West Bromwich Albion absolutely battered Arsenal 3-1 at home. So as I said, I think I did say in my previous video, when I was predicting that game, West Bromwich Albion are no mugs. They don't make it easy for you. They're a very hard team to break down. They can score goals, as we saw against Arsenal. Don't think they'll score that many at Old Trafford, but I am going to give a point to West Bromwich Albion at Old Trafford. I'm going to go Manchester United 1, West Bromwich Albion 1. And that's, as I said before, they've got quite a good record at Old Trafford as well, West Bromwich Albion, and they do make things hard. And I do think, even though Manchester United haven't lost since Christmas, I think it was, and they've been on quite a good form, I still think that they're lacking something at the moment. They are grinding out results, but they're just lacking something for me at the moment, and I think it will be a draw on Saturday, as I say, because I think West Bromwich Albion do make it hard, and we've seen how Manchester United has been against those kind of teams that will give you a bit of a test, as we saw with Bournemouth a couple of weeks ago as well. So, as I say, no mugs. We then go to Leicester versus Stoke. Completely different Leicester side since they've sacked Claudio Ranieri. And I've gone it's no-brainer for this one. I've gone, actually, funny enough, I've gone Leicester 3, Stoke 1. A couple of people might raise their eyebrows at that, but as I say, completely different animal since Claudio Ranieri's gone. They look like the Leicester that there was last season, to tell you the truth. And Jamie Vardy looks like he's starting to chase defenders down again, and he might get a couple of goals towards the end of the season. So I'm going to go Leicester 3, Stoke 1. We then have Watford versus Sunderland. 2 teams down the bottom fighting to start for to the Premier League and not go down to the Championship. Jermaine Defoe, very happy for him, to get his goal for England at 34 years of age, believe it or not, and very pleased for the young lad as well. I think he's a Sunderland supporter, Bradley Lowry, I think his name is, who's suffering with cancer, I believe. So I was really pleased to see him happy and become a mascot for that game last week against Lithuania. As I say, he was happy for Jermaine Defoe to score, being a Sunderland boy. So I think Jermaine Defoe's confidence will be high after last week, and I'm going to go for Sunderland to nick it. I'm going to go Watford 1, Sunderland 2. We then have Burnley versus Spurs. Obviously, I spoke about Burnley this season as well. Again, they don't make things easy for you. They gave a very good game to Liverpool. Very unlucky to lose that one, actually. They gave a very good game, and they gave a very good game to Arsenal at home and away this season. I do think Tottenham will win, but as I say, Burnley do not make these kind of games easy. So I'm going to go Burnley 1, Spurs 2. We then have Hull versus West Ham. And again, I have spoke about Hull, saying that they've looked like a different team since, I think it's Marco Silva, I think his name is, has took over. But I do fancy West Ham to win this one. I'm going to go Hull 0, West Ham 2. We have a 5:30 kickoff. I'm going to go quite a large one, actually. I'm looking forward to this one. Southampton versus Bournemouth. We usually get quite a couple of crazy games with Bournemouth and Southampton. So when the two come together, what do you think? What do you think I've gone for? Yeah, you called it. Southampton 2, Bournemouth 2. We then have the Sunday kickoffs. Swansea versus Middlesbrough at 1:30. Again, two teams on the bottom fighting to stay up. Again, no brainer. I'm going to go Swansea 1, Middlesbrough 1. And to finish off the weekend, quite an interesting fixture actually. At 4 o'clock, we have Arsenal versus Manchester City. Obviously, I spoke about Manchester City against Liverpool just before the international break. Didn't really look their best, to tell you the truth. Arsenal, spoke about them losing 3-1 to West Bromwich Albion. Arsenal's been awful lately, absolutely awful. And obviously, these talks about Arsene Wenger, is he going, is he staying? He hasn't decided yet. His quotes were, I will let you know during the international break. Well, the international break's over and he still hasn't given us an answer. That's quite arrogant, in my honest opinion. I'll tell you what annoys me as well as an Arsenal fan is when the board are saying, let us know, if you're staying or not. Well, hang on a minute, you're the board. You're the ones with the expectations. What do you mean, let us know? Shouldn't they be the ones that's letting you know? Hang on a minute, we sit 6th in the table. We're third, I think it's 16 points off the top. It might be 19 now, actually. I haven't checked the table. I think it might be 19 points off the top. Let us know if you're stopping. Hang on a minute, you're the board. Shouldn't it be us that's letting you know that you're not stopping? We're 19 points off the title. We're 6th. And we're not letting you know. Come on, man. That really annoys me as an Arsenal fan. Really, really annoys me. It's no brainer. He's got to go. 19 points off the top. Even if it's 16, that's ridiculous. 16 or 19 points, that's ridiculous. For a team with the players that we've kind of got, you've got Alexis Sanchez in our team, Mesut Ozil, Petr Cech, your world-class goalkeeper, and you're 16 points off. You're getting further and further away. A couple of seasons ago, I think the 2013-2014 season, we were 7 points off the top. The season after that, it was 12. Last season, it was 10. And now you're 16 or 19. I haven't checked the table, but I definitely know it was definitely over 16 or over. You're going even further away. And you're getting more contracts getting put on the table. That is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But going back to the game, it's a hard one. Because I'm going to say what I usually say. It depends what Arsenal turn up, and to be fair, it depends what kind of Manchester City team turn up as well, because they're very similar to Arsenal. They'll whack teams. They'll have 3 good games in a row, and then they'll be stupid, and they'll lose like 2 games in a row with very poor losses. So it was a hard one to predict, but I'm going to go Arsenal 1, Manchester City 1. I think both teams will try and be up for it. I think it's going to be hard for Arsenal players to get up for these kind of games now, because they don't know the situation with the manager. Is he stopping? Is he going? If you want my honest opinion, what I saw against West Bromwich Albion and what I've been seeing for the last couple of weeks, I don't think the players want to play for him anymore. I think he's fell out with the dressing room. You've got Sanchez kicking up a stink saying he wants to go. It's a complete mess at Arsenal. And as I've said, let us know. I mean, ridiculous. And I think Jose Mourinho called it right. Any other manager in Arsene Wenger's position, they would have been gone. At the top, consider yourself a top 4 team and you're 16 points off the title, you'd be gone. You'd be out the door. Okay, you might say that about Jose Mourinho or Jurgen Klopp, but they haven't been there as long as Arsene Wenger. He's been there for 21 years. Jose Mourinho's only been at Manchester United for not even 9 months. Jurgen Klopp for about 21 months. 21 years, guys. 21 years, and you're going further and further away from the title. Gotta go. You need some fresh ideas now. So, there's my little rant over. That's my predictions for this week, guys, and I'll see you Monday afternoon for Tuesday and Wednesday's fixtures. Thank you for watching, guys.